Dustin Poirier versus Alexander Volkanovski needs to be next since Alexander Volkanovski wants to fight Dustin Poirier. Who to win this fight? Well, before we talk about who to win this fight, let's take a look at their latest performances in which Dustin Poirier fought Benoit Saint-Denis, in which both started out very fast with a lot of grappling, both landed some great shots in round one until Dustin Poirier robbed Benoit Saint-Denis twice.
And now he lands up top.
And then knocked him out in round two. After this, we all know that Dustin Poirier just fought Islam Makhachev, in which Islam Makhachev's wrestling, grappling, and ground game was way too much for Dustin Poirier, in which Islam Makhachev had a lot of ground control and got Dustin Poirier in a Bravo choke and made him tap in round 5. Let's take a look at Alexander Volkanovski's latest performances, in which he fought Islam Makhachev for a second time, in which Islam Makhachev knocked him out in round 1.
Position.
Now, after this, Alexander Volkanovski wanted to fight Ilia Topuria, in which both went back and forth, both had some great shots and kicks in round 1, until Ilia Topuria knocked out Alexander Volkanovski in round 2.
Now, before I talk about this fight, let me talk about why there's a slim chance that this fight actually happens, and that is simply because Dustin Poirier has already said that retirement seems to be more of a priority now and not a choice, and now that he lost the opportunity of becoming the lightweight champion, it definitely makes sense for him to retire, because like how he said, he's just going to keep on fighting and fighting when he's already done that multiple times throughout his whole career. So that's why I believe that there's a slim chance that this fight actually happens. But now let's say this fight does end up happening. Well, if this fight does end up happening, then we're guaranteed to see a high-level competitive fight, since both men are hungry and are desperate to get revenge and redeem themselves, since we all know that Alexander Volkanovski is on a 2-fight losing streak, and Dustin Poirier hasn't been consistent with his performances because he got submitted by Charles Oliveira, then he comes back and submits Michael Chandler, and then he gets knocked out by Justin Gaethje, and then he comes back to redeem himself by knocking out Benoit Saint-Denis, and then he gets submitted by Islam Makhachev. But anyways, if we look at the first fight that Volkanovski had with Islam and we compare that to Dustin Poirier's performance against Islam, it is clear that Volkanovski did do better against Islam than Dustin Poirier, but I don't think that matters because Volkanovski still did trash against Topuria, so I got Dustin Poirier beating Alexander Volkanovski.